All right, and we are alive, everyone. Hello, America. The doors are wide open and ready for you to virtually come in and be a part of the conversation here with us tonight. Thank you for joining us here at Gay Town Hall. We're an amazing digital television show bringing the LGBTQ community into the debate and advertising you with America's most diverse group of personalities from the LGBTQ community and history. I am your moderator, David Quiñones, also known as the Social Club Butterfly. I currently serve as an executive director of my own personal nonprofit organization, GVSC Gay Vista Social Club, here building friendships across South Florida. And I'm also the director here at Happening Out Television Network as the director of community and business outreach, where if it's happening in the LGBTQ world, it is happening out. We here at Gay Town Hall want you to join the conversation alive every Thursday night at 8 p.m. as we broadcast to you live on Facebook, on YouTube, and coming soon in the future on LinkedIn. Let's get the discussion and debate started tonight here, America, Thursday, December 17th. Welcome, everyone, to Gay Town Hall. All right, so I am thrilled to welcome Gay Town Hall's lead host for tonight's conversation. She is a single mom with 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and has been living in Fort Lauderdale for the past 10 years. She is currently working as a real estate agent and most recently became the lead singer in the Led Zeppelin cover band called Airways to Heaven. You know her as the feminine lesbian with that big D energy, and she's also one of the most beautiful hosts that we have here at It's Happening Now. Please, let's give a warm welcome to our lead host for tonight, Miss Amber Taylor. Welcome, Amber.
Hi, David. Thank you so much. And welcome to Gay Town Hall, everyone. Good evening. I am your lead host tonight, lesbian with big dick energy, Amber Taylor. It's so nice to see you guys tonight. Thank you so much for joining us during the holidays. Tonight, our show will cover the 3 most important things about us all: our sex, our drugs, our rock and roll. We want to hear about all 3. We've heard about Corona. We know to wear a mask. We've already gone through this. And tonight we're ready to talk about some other stuff. All right. I look forward to hearing from all of the co-hosts tonight about these topics.
All right. Thank you so much, Amber. So before we get started, just like we do in true tradition style, we're going to kick off with our first segment, What's on Your Mind? Time to kick off and let us know what's on your mind today. Tell us a little bit about it, good or bad, and in just 30 seconds. So what's on your mind today, Amber?
Well, tonight, what's on my mind, of course, is the coronavirus as usual, getting through work with that, having to wear a mask during my real estate showings, my children having to wear a mask at school, having to wear a mask in gay bars. Not that I'm against it. I just am ready for everyone to be vaccinated. I'm pro-vaccination. I think that we should be getting our seniors vaccinated and our healthcare workers first. And I'm glad that there's a vaccination. I'm thankful for science. Trust the science, people, please.
All right, you heard it from Amber directly. Trust the science, people. And let's see what is weighing on everyone else's mind today with our first segment of the night. What's on your mind? Remember, in just 30 seconds or less, emphasis on the or less, good or bad, tell us what is on your mind tonight. Our first host to come into the room is our genderqueer, non-binary Gen Zer. Let's please welcome Gordon Woodworth III. Hi, Gordon.
Hi, good evening.
Thank you for joining us. Tell us what's on your mind tonight.
Well, first, I have eyes under these glasses, but my glare is going to be like this the whole show, so sorry about it. But I'm really excited because just 4 hours ago, it was announced that a Native American Laguna Pueblo woman would be leading she would be the Secretary of the Interior in the new Biden team, if confirmed. She'd be the first Native American to hold that post. And what I'm really excited about is she's a progressive Democrat. So I'm excited because the EPA is going to start doing what the EPA is supposed to do again.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And I know someone who's going to be very excited about that as well. Our next host, he is a two-spirit gay Native American. Let's please welcome Houston Cypress in the house. Hey, Houston.
Hi, good evening, friends and family across Turtle Island, otherwise known as America. I am so happy to be here with you tonight. And like my brother Gordon, my family Gordon, that I am also very excited about the nomination for Deb Haaland for the Secretary of Interior, overseeing the national parks, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and a whole bunch of other amazing things. Let us applaud Deb Haaland. Yay!
Awesome. Up next, our next host coming into the room identifies as a non-cultural identity. Let's please welcome John Holt into the room. Hey, John.
Doing really good tonight. I live in Dade City in a large gay community that also is attached to a gay camping resort. And what I'm thinking about right now is I'm still basking in the glow of the electoral win, and also of Mitch McConnell notifying us that we have a president-elect. So I'm very happy to see that happen on the Republican side.
All right, perfect. Thank you, John. Up next is the amazing hybrid DJ diva. Let's please welcome Miss Power Infinity onto the screen. Hey, Power.
Hey, y'all. Hey, children. What's the going on? Well, I am kind of keying and cackling about this weekend's Million MAGA March, where a drag queen by the name of Lady MAGA went to speak. She has been very, very supportive of Trump and his agenda, and they booed her. And it's kind of bittersweet because on the one hand, I think she kind of signed up for that. But on the other hand, it really shows that her own party does not see her or our community.
Wise words from Power. Wise words from Power. All right. Our next host coming onto the stage is our actor and drama queen. Let's please welcome Rossaroni Paris. Hey, Rossaroni.
Hello. Good morning, evening. What time is it? I don't know. What is on my mind today? And it literally was not on my mind all day, but it just came on my mind because I was browsing. Like, the oldest crocodile is 120 years old. Yay! That's it.
How do you know if it's a crocodile or an alligator?
The teeth are showing that the snout is narrow and it is taking your arm.
It's too late by then anyway.
Good,
I don't know why we have that.
Good for you. Teeth do matter. All right. Up next in the hall is my dear old friend, our Progressive College English professor, Mr. Ty Hauser. Hey, Ty girl. Hey.
Hi. Oh,
Hi.
I finally caught up. Okay, we're good. Yay. I'm happy to be here. What's been on my mind this week? I don't mean to sound redundant, but it's really important that we have a Native American in charge of Native American things. So
True.
that's my thing this week.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. And I'm excited to welcome our newest host here to Gay Town Hall. He is a flight attendant and currently studying for his real estate license. He's also besties with our lead host, Amber. And he's going to be known on Gay Town Hall as the Real Houseboy of Fort Lauderdale. So please give a warm welcome to Corey Gordon, everybody. Hey, Corey.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Hey, girl. Hey.
You still a houseboy if you gotta work a full-time job? I don't think so.
Well, I'm going back to work next month after 3 months off, so hey.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
So Corey, I got to go with what's on our mind. So what's on your mind today?
Well, I watch a lot of politics, but I'm not going to go in there now because This is the first show, so I want to make sure it's like, we're good. But what's on my mind today is the amazing sex I've been having this week with this new guy that I met that I really like, and I'm very excited about that. So that's what's on my mind today.
Wow. Nice.
Well, don't leave us hanging. Tell us more.
Yes, really.
And that's why Corey has that J-Lo glow, that radiance that's just exuberating.
No, he always has that.
It's so funny. 'Cause I left like a really bad
always
relationship. It's so funny 'cause I just left like a really bad relationship, and like the song "How Did You Nobody's Supposed to Be Here." Literally, like that's exactly what's going on right now, and I'm extremely excited about it.
I know those lyrics. I definitely know the feeling. And finally, our guest host for the evening. Tonight, we are welcome our live video question of the day audience member from last week to come on to Gay Town Hall as our special guest host. He, why am I looking?
I hope you updated the language, David.
Did you? Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to do is introduce to you my friend, one of the leading members of my coven, and a man who will drink a Tito's with anyone, and will also ask religious questions to the most religious of people, which he did last week. My friend Richard Sand is our guest of the week.
Yay.
Welcome, Richard. Welcome.
I think Al was secretly here because my intro for you, Richard, just magically disappeared. So, thank you, Ty, for stepping in on that. So, hi, Mr. Sandman, and can you please introduce your cohorts that are with you for the evening?
Yeah, so this is my technical support team.
Hi.
Yeah, they're.
Do they have names?
Amber, you said it was sex, rock and roll, and so I brought
Don't
three way.
Oh, they're hot. Oh, yeah. 3 ways go here. 3 ways are accepted here, Mr. Sandman.
Yes, so
Come
they're
on
gonna
in, honey.
they're gonna help me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself to our viewers.
Okay, so I am also a father. I've got 2 grown children, 28 and 24, a boy and a girl, and they're amazing. And I also have the most amazing ex-wife in the world, which I tell people all the time. I'm in marketing and sales. I actually grew up in South Florida, moved to Atlanta for 25 years, and been back here 5 years. I'm a volunteer at the World AIDS Museum here, and just like to have fun, meet people, hear their journey and their story. And
Big fan of the show. Big fan
of the show. I am a super fan. So I'm happy to be here.
All right. Well, we're so happy to have you. Thank you for being with us tonight. Let's give a big round of applause for Mr. Sandman, everyone. Woo! All right. So let's keep the show moving along. Wow, we're actually on track so far. All right. So we're going to come up to our next segment. Make sure you guys are voting for. Ooh, someone's squeaking with us. So we're here for our next segment called Gay Town Hall. You have questions, and we definitely want to hear and see your answers. We want you, our social media viewing audience, to let your voice be heard and weigh in on what we're talking about. It's time for our weekly Gay Town Poll. All right, so the poll this week is this is how it works. You cast your vote in, click on the link that's posted in tonight's episode on YouTube and on Facebook, and submit your answer. Later on, we will be sharing the results visually at the end of the show and see who won. So let's make sure you cast your votes now. Have all of our hosts voted already for the evening?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
And I voted for the right person as well.
Well, that's the question. Did you vote for the right person? So tonight's Gay Town Poll is, who is the greatest gay icon in the gayest? The greatest gay icon in music. Gay icons come in all shapes and sizes. Some are fiercely bold divas, while others are openly gay and work to promote LGBT-centric issues like gay rights, same-sex marriage. Gay music icons have successful careers in rock, pop, disco, and dance music. Several gay music icons have been making great music for decades, and these are the top 10 famous gay icons in music ranked by fans in 2020. Ooh. The nominees are Boy George, Cher, David Bowie, Elton John, Freddie Mercury, George Michael, Lady Gaga, Madonna, Marilyn Monroe, and Al's favorite, RuPaul. So really quick, we'll spend about a minute or two. Quick little fun facts. Why don't you all tell us, and Amber I'm sure would like to know, what's your number one song that you've been listening to in quarantine lockdown and your go-to jam? Who wants to share?
Yes.
Ooh,
Give it
Evanescence.
to us.
Bring me to life.
Okay.
Because I can sing both parts.
Power, what about you, Power? I want to hear him.
He said, "Who wants to share?" And she don't even give me a chance to stand back.
Sorry.
It's funny. It's funny because
I want the big guns right away.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of times DJs, we will play one thing at a club and we'll listen to something else in our downtime. This whole year for me has been downtime, and actually, funny enough, I have actually really been listening to a lot of gospel. And I don't just mean like church music. I mean like good old-fashioned Southern Black gospel, like getting back to my roots. And that's been turning me for these past few months. So that's what I've been into.
All right. Anybody else? What's your quarantine go-to song? Quarantine go-to song.
Okay,
What are they listening to in Sawmills? What's the song?
I mean, I have a ton of music that I listen to, but there's been one song that I've been listening over and over to lately. I don't really know why. It's Toad the Wet Sprockets. Something's Always Wrong. And I've been playing that over and over for some strange reason. So it puts me in a cool mood.
It's very interesting what we play over and over again, though. Yeah. A lot of people are extreme listeners and they're in denial. They're in the closet. So I want to bring all you out tonight. Please comment on what song you're listening to over and over again, even during quarantine. If you are sick of it now and listen to it before, I want to know.
Nice. I want to recommend Hallelujah Anyway by Candy Staton. That one's been giving me some soulful house vibes, been uplifting me and making me happy every morning.
Nice.
Nice.
Gordon, Corey, who are you listening to lately?
I've been listening to like a lot of Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac. Right now, I have on replay Landslide.
Awesome.
Obviously, I was like going through some changes and getting bolder from my breakup.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Stevie Nicks knows how to get you through a breakup.
It's just very lesbo of you.
Yeah, that's
very lesbo.
I'm a black lesbian. I have the blonde hair.
deep lesbo.
And Richard, our guest host, what are you listening to?
So I've been listening to REM, Everybody Hurts lately. And also, I don't know if anybody's heard of Danny Goki, New Day. So every day is a new day as we get through this pandemic. And another song that I found, which sounds like a musical, but it's Bang, Bang, Bang. And so, yeah, I have a very diverse.
That's the soundtrack that Ty listens to every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night after a drink.
I borrowed it from him.
And then the remix, bang, bang, bang on the door, baby. Boom,
Bang,
boom.
bang.
All right, so thank you for sharing your quarantine quickie songs that you'll be listening to. So now we're going to jump into our first LGBT topic of the week. So the category is lifestyle and cultural. And in Amber's honor, I gave everything a little musical title. So this is sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. If you want to sing the beat, go for it, Amber. But why don't you tell us a little bit about the topic of sex?
Well, I wanted to talk about more specifically poly. Are we doing it? Who's doing it? How are we doing it? What are the rules? I want to talk about this more with the LGBT community, because I know that it's acceptable to a lot of people. To me, I am not that willing to share, but I understand a lot of people are, and it's not that big of a deal. So let's talk about it. Who wants to start?
All right,
Well,
so Amber wants to hear from all of you. So overall,
how many of us on this panel are poly people by show of hands?
Yeah, I want to know.
Am I the only one?
Okay.
Yeah,
What
it sounds
is
like
that?
Gordon's
What is-
the only one.
What does that mean in terms of relationship, or does that means in terms of sexual partners? What do you mean when you say how many people?
There's
are
a difference
poly?
between polyamorous and an open relationship. An open
poly
relationship
is
means you have multiple sexual. Yeah, open relationship is multiple sexual partners or whatever. Polyamory is multiple relationships.
Relationships. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Sex doesn't have to be a part of it at all necessarily.
Okay. Okay.
And
So,
I also like
Are
to
they
add
multiple
on-
intimate?
so I was right to keep my hands down.
So it's
And I'd also like
multiple
to, I'd also like
Well,
to add
that
so
and
that-
your ass cheeks are cold.
I'd also like to
Question,
add into
question.
the conversation. When it comes to sex, specifically in the gay community, does sex need to happen on the first date? Is it a requirement now when you meet someone that you need to have sex going straight up? And is marriage, wait until marriage, clearly out the window when it comes to the LGBTQ community?
Well, marriage is
That's
not
clearly
a
out
thing.
the
Like, I
window.
don't
Lesbians
really
don't even
care.
wait. They don't even wait 2 dates. They're married. They don't even know each other. Please.
No, Amber's right. Like it doesn't.
That whole-
Married is not a thing. However, what I will say is that my last 2 or 3 potential relationships, I went no sex. I put it on the table at the very beginning. I said, not going to happen. And, I feel better about that for myself.
You went the entire relationship with no
I
sex?
don't believe
I'm
you,
confused.
Ty.
You went the
No,
entire
Then I
relationship?
don't believe you. How
That's
long
not
did
what I
you
said.
wait?
That's not what I
Confused.
said.
So the last 2 dates or the last 2 relationships?
No, we're not saying what you said. We're asking you to clarify because I didn't understand really.
What point do you need, Power?
You said that your last 2 relationships,
Give me the tea, Ty.
you
I
didn't
said the
have
last
sex,
2
and
or
I meant
3.
I got that to mean that. Did you mean the entire relationship or at the beginning of the relationship?
No, it was the beginning. Obviously, the beginning.
Okay, all
What
right.
do you
Well,
think?
Oh,
How
okay.
long is the beginning? 1
I'm not
week,
a
2
virgin.
weeks, 3 weeks?
I thought you might be, this
Okay,
this
so-
subject has a lot to unpack. There's so much to unpack because there's so many questions in this one topic. First, when it comes to the polyamorous topic, I think that for different strokes for different folks, some things work for some couples, some things work for others. Do I think that it's going to be the new normal and the future of the LGBTQ community? One thing about our community is we have a very alternative structure when it comes to the way we have our relationships. We're not confined by the heteronormatives of straight couples, where it's usually a man, woman, and a family unit. We are a lot more free. So the diversity of our relationships and our dynamics tend to be a little more varied. But I don't know if it's going to be the future. I think it's more widely acceptable in our community. Yeah, but I don't know if it's the future.
But are people having multiple sexual relationships with 3 or 4 different people at one time, and does everybody know about it and they're cool with it? Is that
I don't know about lesbians. I don't know about lesbians.
Talk about this as the only polyamorous person.
When it comes to gay men, I think that we see that quite often. I don't know about lesbians, and maybe you can educate me, Amber. But I don't know if lesbians have it as much as gay men do. But I know as far as gay men, we find that a lot.
So,
Yeah,
I would love to talk about this.
I'd like to bring in Gordon.
Wait, can I
Oh,
Gordon?
yeah.
Okay,
Polyamorous
Gordon,
person
go ahead,
here.
Gordon, go ahead for 1
Thank you.
minute, and then we have to go
Gordon
to the
is in a
next person.
polyamorous
We have to
relationship.
move on.
Wait. Before Gordon speaks,
So-
can I ask you a quick question?
No,
Can you-
Gordon, 1 minute. 1 minute, and then Corey. And then Corey.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you. So, yeah, again, I just want to reiterate, polyamory does not indicate a sexual relationship with somebody. It just means you have more than one relationship. There are polyamorous relationships where the relationship is completely emotional and there's no sex whatsoever.
Where do you find that?
What's friendships? Well, what's friendships then?
That's my question too.
Exactly. Where do you
True
find
dividing
Friends that I'm
time?
not going to have sex with, but are they considered relationships?
You can have romance. You can have romance without sex. If you stop talking over me, I'll answer your question. So I'm saying you can have a relationship that's romantic without sex. That doesn't mean those two things you're conflating the two things. They're not the same. But what I wanted to say was that I don't think that poly is like the future for everybody. I think that where we're heading is that it's more widely accepted and we're understanding that, just like Power said, different strokes are different folks. And I think it's largely because we're all pressured into monogamy because we have a society that's largely informed by mainstream religion, i.e. Christianity in our case, which really pushes that, especially here in the US, where we have a lot of puritanical and evangelical roots in our society. And I think that it's hard to look at a group of people like the gay community and say you can't have sex before marriage when we've only been allowed to be married since 2015. So
Yeah.
a lot of those conventions just are really not applicable to us. But I think that poly is something that is happening across the board, not just to gay people, because I know several
Okay,
people
Corey,
who are,
what do you think? Corey, what do you think?
Well, no, I kind of wanted to clarify a little bit more about polyamory because the way you're describing it, you just have like special relationships with people, but are they intimate relationships or are they like, or is there
yes,
like
that's
a
the
level of
point.
affection?
It's
Are you guys
another
still kissing? Are you
boyfriend,
holding
girl.
hands? Or is it more of is it a friendship? Or it's just that you guys are redefining friendship into polyamory?
So again, there's multiple different types of polyamory. There's
Okay.
egalitarian polyamory, there's hierarchical polyamory, and then there's relationship anarchy. And these are all different things.
Can you
So
define them real quick?
yes, I'm about to. So egalitarian polyamory means that you have multiple partners, but they're all on an equal standing with each other. So like if you have two boyfriends, they're equal to each other. Okay, hierarchical poly, which I am, means that you have a primary partner and then you have secondary partners. Okay, the point of polyamory for a lot of people is that you're having all of your needs met, whether they're physical, romantic, affection, whatever they are, or sometimes you have a partner who's way far away and you still want your human needs and they need to be satisfied. That's the point of having multiple partners. So hierarchical is, for me, I have a husband, so he's my primary partner. Everybody else is secondary at that point. And then you have people who are relationship anarchists, who have romantic relationships with friends and people that are close to them. The point is that it's kind of doesn't have a label. And if you, one thing that all
So
poly
what
people,
Gordon, I need to stop you. Like I'm
Yeah.
Okay, because we're
I'm gonna
going
stop
over
you.
on this topic
But
too. I want to hear from
the
everyone on their
point that you're making is that everyone has a different relationship and everyone needs to define that relationship with their partner or partners. So that's when I hear polyamory, all I hear is I trust and respect my partner enough to talk about and figure out
absolutely,
who we are
Yes.
as people.
Okay.
Like it's not
absolutely.
this is not a hard line. This is
Not
a
at all.
let's
And
figure out who we
Yeah,
Wait a
are.
okay.
minute.
honestly,
Can I just jump in here?
And
'Cause
real
I'm-
quick,
wait,
let's get a
hold on.
final comment from Richard.
Yeah, I want to hear. I
Yeah,
want to hear
so-
from you, Richard.
Okay, so I think relationships by themselves are hard enough. I mean, from my own experience, from people I know in relationships that take a lot, their work. I mean, if they're going to be serious long term, it's work.
So
and
much.
and you know, I just, it's easier to walk from a relationship than do the work, and to have all these other people considered relationships. I got relationships with lots of people who are great friends, and sexual relationships, intellectual relationships. But I think relationships in themselves, this just complicates the work that a relationship takes, whether it's a friendship or a primary partner. I just think
You're not wrong.
Right, and that's the thing. Everyone's
not
got to
wrong.
figure it out.
Yeah,
for
I'm not
themselves.
judging anybody. You do what you want, but I just find like one relationship is enough work for
I
most
so
people.
For
that I
agree.
know.
you.
Well, I mean, personally,
So consuming.
so
All right,
personally,
so
Like Corey,
we're hitting on the time. Let me get one final comment on your thoughts on this topic on sex, Amber, so we can.
Yes, guys, I agree with Richard Sands. I'm exhausted with one relationship. I don't know how you guys carry on several. No judgment there, but how do you do it? Please comment on it. We want to know more about it and how it works. Polyamory, you have multiple relationships. You see all these people. You have intimate relationships. Maybe it's just a friendship, and you're calling it polyamory. When we hear polyamory, we think you're having sex with multiple people, though. Just know that. Those of us on the outside, that's how we're hearing it, I guess. So let's definitely move on to the second topic, which is
well, we're moving on to our next segment, which is our Hout headline. So our next segment provides us with a few laughs and even some good side commentary. If it's happening in the news, if it's hot off the press, and it's out is the new in, then it's our happening out headlines. So everybody should have their little sheet of paper and a marker. We're going to go ahead. All right. So here's tonight's breaking news story.
What am
Amber
I writing?
Taylor, known as our feminine lesbian with big D energy, has a rock band that she is the lead singer in and is looking at going on her first U.S. tour to promote her cover band first album. But she hasn't come up with a name for the tour yet. She's looking for the top 10 tour names in the U.S., and the finalists will win a pair of free tickets to watch her rock with her big D out on a stage coming soon to you. So finish today's headline. Feminine lesbian with big D energy, Amber Taylor just announced that her rock cover band is going on its first U.S. tour. The band just released the show dates, and the name of their tour is called Blank the Tour.
Oh, okay.
All right, so what is the name of Amber's first tour? Blank the Tour. I give you guys about a minute or less to write those answers in.
All right.
Amber can't wait to hear. Amber's going to say her answer at the end. So who wants to go first?
Me.
John. All right, John.
Oh, John's got it.
All right.
I want
John.
it's going to be the Slip It In Flow Tour.
Yes, I love that one.
That's what you do when you have a big dick.
Oh, you're just so good at these things, John Holt.
John speaking your language. He's speaking. All right, who's next? Houston. All right. What is the name of Amber Taylor's first tour?
Amber Taylor's first tour is the Divas to the Dance Floor World Tour.
All right, Beyonce, step aside. Divas to the Dance Floor is coming to a city near you. All right, Ross Maroney. What is the name of Amber's first tour?
I put Bringing It Down to Chinatown.
Okay. China, you're out.
No,
China,
China.
you're in. No. I know China is out.
Okay.
And
China is in.
China. All right,
All the
who's
way
next?
in.
Who's next? All right, let's see. Gordon, what's the name of that first tour?
Chixie Dicks.
The Chixie Dicks.
I like that. That's funny.
You got some good options here, Amber. We got some good
Oh my
options.
God, you guys
All
are
right.
totally lesbians.
We're waiting on Power. We're waiting on Corey.
I'll go.
I'll go. So since your name is Amber and you have a big dick, I said the Golden Richards tour. Richard Golden Amber. Right there. Maybe
I see where you went there, Corey. I see where you went there.
And it's not just gold; it's 24 karat. 24 karat. All right, Ty. What do you got for Amber? What do you? If you were her manager, what would you call on the tour?
Gay Town Hell. Gay
Nice.
Town Hell.
Are you in hell right now?
That's the off tour.
That's about right. No, that's about
All
right.
right. And Power, what you got for Amber? Show us some love. What you got?
Oh, I got multiple ones, but
Please share.
The first one I came up with was the Mighty Mangina Tour. Because Amber is feminine and got big dick energy. And the other one I came up with was Only the Tip.
Yes!
That's what he
Deep
said.
Inside World Tour.
Right, social media says the Deep Inside World Tour and the Bite the Pillow Tour.
I like
Young Robert.
I love how this entire thing has become about vaginas.
I know.
No,
and
Ross, we're not talking about it.
How dare you?
No one's complaining. No one
And
is complaining.
Richard, did you get to share yours?
I do have one, and
All
I
right.
spent
What you got
time-
for us?
Big Dick and the Sweaty Balls Tour.
Oh yeah, I don't know how much people would be paying for tickets for that, honey.
You never been to the
Amber,
bathroom.
who is your audience attending the tour? You know.
I think that Power won it, and I think that he could market me and market me well.
Wait, but which one did you like? Which one of the two?
I think either one would work well. I think John Holt is a strong number 2. Second place.
I'm starting to get your game, Amber Taylor.
But the Big D Blonde Ambition Tour is what
I was thinking she was gonna go.
Wow.
The Blonde Ambition tour.
But I love you all for your great input.
All right. So, Power, you are the tour manager, and John Holt, you are the on-stage manager for the public, the press, and the merchandise.
For the record, I never wanted the job.
Yes.
Or you could have done the Dickmatized tour.
Ooh.
Amnesia.
Steady, girl, steady.
What about the merch?
All right,
Lots of
so
control.
Amber's answer. She just announced the name of her first U.S. tour, and it is.
The Big D Blonde Ambition.
Yeah.
You heard it first here on Gay Town Hall, the Big D Blonde Ambition Tour. Check her out. Of course, she will be performing in Wilton Manors coming soon to a city and a bar and a club and a stage near you. Let's give a round of applause,
And a whole
everyone,
Yeah.
for all of your
Yes,
answers.
everyone.
Yay,
Yes.
Amber.
All right.
Yay, you guys.
All right. So now that we do that, now we're going to move on to our next segment. And I don't have enough fingers. I'm trying to click on everything here.
I've
All
heard
right.
that about you, actually,
Oh
which
my
makes me
God.
concerned.
Oh,
Well,
we
that's
run
what
into this. We use our fist when we run into that in the lesbian community.
Well, that's what I would
Fingers
suggest
on
as
me.
well, but
Punch a
apparently he's
vagina.
not into
I
it.
don't know what had, I
Yeah,
don't know what had happened to him.
Not quite my style, and that's what other people's fingers are for. But
All right.
moving along. All right, we're time to get
Damn
into.
fisted, but that's ridiculous.
So Richard was our live question of the day from last week. We have an extra special question of the day today for Miss Amber Taylor. So let's find out and get our social media involved in the conversation tonight with our latest video segment called A Live Question of the Day. So every week comes from a surprise social media audience member directed towards the lead host to answer. That person who submitted the video question will be our special guest to be invited to participate in an episode of Gay Town Hall on the following week. So I don't know if Amber knows if she read it in the behind the scenes script. So we have a very special question for you today. Today's A Live Question of the Day video comes from DJ Citizen Jane. She's a very, very, very famous DJ. Very well known. If there's one thing in the world that brings people together, it is the power of music. She is the Cuban-American, Miami-born Pied Piper on the decks that has been whistling her own unique tune and now is one of the most in-demand DJs in the country, being named by Bump and Logo TV as the hottest DJ in Miami. Let's hear this extra special question from Citizen Jane for Amber. And it was on her phone, so let me find a few. And
Action.
Here we go.
Hi, this is DJ Citizen Jane. I'm an international DJ, singer, songwriter, and co-founder of Hialeah Pride, and also part of the board of directors of Safe School South Florida. How you doing, Amber? I have a question for you. I hear you're a single mom, also a successful realtor, hosting this new show. I've heard also you're a rock star in a band. You have many hats. So what I want to know is, as a successful female out there in the lesbian community, how do you juggle all these things? How do you make it happen? I want to know, and if you can give some tips also to all these hard-working females out there on the grind. They want to be like you. Thank you, Amber.
Citizen Jane, first of all. That was a softball. No pun intended, but that was such a softball. And thank you, Citizen
I got
Jane.
that just for you. I got that just for you, Amber, because I figured you would maybe might appreciate that question from DJ Citizen Jane. So tell us.
Well, I've definitely met her before, but as far as juggling all the stuff, guys, it's just like anybody's life. No one's ever completely satisfied. Like, when I have a busy month of real estate, I don't spend as much time with my children. When I spend too much time with my children, my business suffers. So everybody is trying to find a balance. And in 2020, what I learned the most is let go, and really lean into those relationships that are important to you, and everything will pay off, especially in a job like real estate where people need housing. Listen, I know a lot of people, they all need somewhere to live. And as long as that's true, my life is going to be okay. And I have to believe that in order to go on. But as far as surviving out here in Fort Lauderdale as a single mom for the last 10 years, I don't know how I've done it, but day by day, every single day, I do something to promote my business, promote my spiritual growth, promote my singing, and promote just like my overall happiness. And what makes me really happy right now is feeding my friends and feeding my family. Like, I love to cook for everybody. And that kind of keeps me going in between band practices where I'm exhausted to go in, gay town hall meetings where I'm very tired that night, and maybe it's a lesbian buy one get one free drink night at the bar, but I have to sit on gay town hall instead. You know, we make these sacrifices every day, but day by day, it's just like all these gay boys out here. They have it just as hard as us gay women, and we need to unite and stop dividing each other as well. I just want to say that for sure. Lesbians are not anti-trans, and if you are a lesbian that's anti-trans, we need to talk too. I want to mention that in my show today. I know that's not exactly on subject, but I felt like I needed to bring that up because so many things have come up in the media with lesbians rejecting.
No, Amber, I think you're right on point, because I know, like, just knowing you, I know that you care and you are empathetic and you believe in people. And when I introduced you to my friends, it wasn't just because they were like fangirls of yours. It's because, like, I'm a fangirl of yours. Like, I want to be a lesbian like you.
When you grow up.
And then I was gay. But no, really, the point is that I think you have a really solid look at life and a really clear reality. Really. And I appreciate that. And I hope that everyone else does as well.
I appreciate you guys, but you sound like you're in Alice in Wonderland right now. You don't sound like you're in reality.
Can I just say something really quick? I am so excited. I won't be here next week because my contract has me on every other week. But for everybody that is going to be tuning in.
Wait, you have a contract?
We will.
You're going to do everything.
Listen. So for anybody that is going to be tuning in next week, it's going to be a special treat because I believe that Citizen Jane, now that she's made that video, she's going to be our special guest, and this will make I believe her third or fourth time on one of our network shows. She's been a co-host of ours on It's Happening Out, I think twice. She's always a lot of fun. She's such a great person. I just love her to death. And so it's going to be a really great show next week with her on. I look forward to that.
That's awesome.
Same.
All right, so let's give DJ Citizen Jane a huge round of applause for that question.
Thank you, Citizen Jane, so much.
I have to go through my Rolodex. Like, damn, who's the question of the day? The right question for the right host.
We had to pick a lesbian. It could have been anybody, honey. It didn't have to be some head lesbian, but I do appreciate her presence.
Okay, so good job.
You did a great job.
I'm like, who would Amber want? I need a blonde. I need beautiful. I need music. And I try to get it all one time. Thank you, Citizen Jane, for your amazing question. We look forward to having you. Not next week because it's Christmas and we all get a vacation here now. But we will be back the first week of January. Actually, no, second week of January because then that's New Year's Eve. And I know you don't want to be here for New Year's Eve. So
let's get moving because we're supposed to be done in less than an hour.
Yes. So let's go ahead and move into our second topic of the night. So category is business and political. Drugs, we're all stars now in the dope show. That was my little lyrics I chose for that one. So Amber, tell us a little bit about topic.
Why I chose drugs. Well, sex, drugs, and music are the theme of the show tonight because I wanted to take a break from COVID. But drugs, more importantly, have affected every segment of our life, whether you're hearing a lot of commercials about drugs or whether you know someone that's been affected by the heroin epidemic in this country. I mean, personally, I follow a feed called Heroin Angels in Facebook. It's extremely disturbing. It'll show you clips of people that are kind of like passing out or turning into zombies in the middle of the day, and they're on heroin. I mean, they're living in tent cities on the streets. There are a lot of solutions to this problem, none of which our country seems to be following. I want to decriminalize drug violations of the law. I don't think we should be jailing people for drugs. I think we should be trying to find some way to help. I mean, what do you guys think? Please argue.
I agree.
I mean, I definitely agree with you on that, Amber. not necessarily the so I guess in Oregon or one of those Northwest states, they decriminalized a small dose of heroin where it's just like a fine and a ticket, not necessarily jail time. And I personally have an issue with that because heroin is such a problem. Heroin is like causing people to lose their lives and kids to go without their parents.
Especially in our age group, okay, particularly. And in Amsterdam, the Netherlands is handling the drug epidemic in a whole different way. Basically, what they're offering are housing for people that are heroin addicts, clean heroin that they don't buy off the streets, clean needles that they won't get any other sicknesses from, like hepatitis or HIV. And they're putting them in a safe place to do the drug and or get over doing the drugs. So
but Amber, here's the problem in the United States. Here's the problem in the United States. The first problem is that we live with a federal government that still thinks marijuana is a class 1 narcotic. Okay, so we can't even get past that part. And
we have gotten past that. We're now past that, I believe, right?
No,
not the federal.
States the role of decriminalization of marijuana.
You cannot study the medicinal benefits of marijuana based on federal law. Now, states are passing their own to legalize it, but we as a country are not even able to deal with the hard drug problem, which is a problem. And local governments are not, the health departments, and we see with COVID, are not even set up to deal with the impact that all these drugs are having on our society. And it's a lot.
My idea is that we can't afford not to address these issues, and that it's such a huge health issue within the United States that it is going to snowball on itself with these health issues, these medical expenses. We can't afford we can't lose all of these people. We have to help them.
It's really straightforward.
Yeah.
The war on drugs does not work. Take the money from the police and from all of that and move it over to the health side of taking care of the issue.
I mean, I don't know why we can't convert some of these prisons into proper drug rehabs.
Right.
Because the problem I have with what was going on in Oregon, what I was saying earlier, was that these people have an issue. These people need to be put in front of a judge, but instead of being sent to jail, they need to be going to mandatory rehabs. But we need to be going to mandatory effective rehabs that address their underlying issue. Because the thing is, drug isn't the main issue. It's an underlying mental condition, which is the main issue, and the drugs abuse is just a symptom of that issue.
Yeah,
David, so I really want to talk about this. I would really love to talk about this because I work for a nonprofit that deals with people who are addicts very often because we're focused on HIV prevention. And I want to touch on the comment that it's an underlying condition. Yes, it's been shown that there are some people who have a proclivity to have addictive personalities, but often the cause for a lot of people's addiction is poverty. And once someone is in a state of homelessness, they start to get into a cycle where, it's a lot of things together. This drug addiction is a huge social justice issue in this country. And that's one thing I feel like we're kind of not talking about.
Yeah, but so what do we do? So they're already here living in the tent on the street. So now what do we do? Oregon says they don't have to be taken off of the sidewalk for 2 weeks, and they can shoot up heroin there for the next 2 weeks and poop on your sidewalk and whatnot.
Local and state governments are not funded to handle this as you would like, Amber, and I totally agree. It's a huge problem. But we can't even figure out how to support the health departments today, let alone figuring out who's going to fund how to fix these addiction problems, which are huge. And you're right. It's a combination of socioeconomic. It's a combination of someone's addicted personality. And it's also a combination of some people who just don't want to use drugs because they don't want to feel.
Hold on. I think I'm probably, I don't know, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm probably the only drug addict on this panel right now. If somebody else is, please, you could say what you have to say, but I would like to speak here. If you can, David, if you can put up Rob Shea's comment again, because Rob, I am not afraid. I just haven't gotten to speak yet, but I'm not afraid to say it. Yes, let's narrow it into our community. Our community, drugs is a big problem in our community, especially partying and playing. My choice of drugs was meth. Meth is for gay boys, especially party boys, is our drug of choice. And as somebody that I still call myself a drug addict, even though I have been clean for years, because you always you can't get into a false sense of security and say, oh, well, I'm recovered now, so all is fine. You always have to be aware and vigilant about the fact that you are recovering, and you can always fall back if you are not vigilant of your addiction. I mean, I'm gonna reveal something right now. About 3 nights ago, I had a dream. And this is how strong addiction has a hold of myself and many others. I had a dream 3 nights ago that I was in a car and a dealer came up to me in the car and smoked me out. That means basically gave me a pipe and with Tina in it and put it to my mouth, and I smoked. And in this dream, as I blew out the puff of smoke, a police officer came up and told the dealer up against the wall and asked me to get out of the car. And I thought in my dream that this was real. And I remember in my dream saying, oh my God, now I'm gonna get arrested again. I've come so far in my life. I've done so much to fall back and now get arrested. And I said in my dream, I wish this was a dream. And immediately I woke up. And I remember waking up saying, oh my God, thank God it was a dream. So this is how prevalent drugs are in our community. And yes, we need to speak about it and speak on it, because I think it's even more of a problem for gay boys than it is in the straight community, because sex is such a trigger, and we have it so abundantly in our community. We have bathhouses, we have sex clubs, we have Grindr, we have Scruff. We have more availability to sex than most straight people do, and sex is a trigger for partying and playing and drug use. And it's something that needs to be addressed within our community.
Absolutely, and it's so normalized. It's so normalized in our culture. You can go on Grindr right now and see multiple red balloons on people's profiles. It's treated as if it's not a big deal, and I feel like no one's really talking about that. And also, before you cut me off, I wanted to point out that in the past few years, the biggest outbreaks of HIV in our country, including that big one in Indiana when Mike Pence was president, was from intravenous drug use. And that's something that's just endemic in our community.
So question, Power. Can I ask a question, please?
Really quick, and then you can go ahead and ask your question to Power. So I did pull up a couple statistics that were polled this year by the American Addiction Organization. So I want to see if this is a surprise to any of you. Omaha, Nebraska, and Phoenix, Arizona are the 2 highest U.S. cities in terms of drug use, including 66% use marijuana, 23% cocaine, 3% heroin, and 15% meth. Miami actually was the city that scored the lowest for cocaine usage at a 15%. So mind you, 15% is considered low in the U.S. But however, we are still high at a 56% marijuana, only 1% heroin, and 6% meth. Overall, Miami is the lowest rate of illegal.
I just don't think that's a proper representation of what's actually going on. I mean, every time somebody uses meth or heroin, they're not going to ring a bell somewhere that takes the fucking statistic. I mean, you're partying for the night, you go down, that's it. It's over.
Right.
Night's over.
What about and also it's not major cities that have all this heroin use.
Yeah, they had an alcohol. I didn't put that into what I have for my report here. But does it surprise you that they rate Miami as the lowest city for drug use, but then Phoenix and Omaha?
No way.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Phoenix and what? I'm sorry.
They paid off the guy. They paid off the guy doing the stats.
The biggest drug abuse happens in the
It
states
came
where
from the University of Miami.
the biggest drug abuse happens in the states where it's cold and they don't have that much sun. If that makes sense, because they're already depressed, they have nothing else to do besides abuse drugs. And think about it, the quarantine that just happened. I mean, we're all in quarantine. A lot of places are locked down. Like, I developed a drinking issue during the quarantine where I was drinking every day because there's nothing else to do, and a lot of people did too throughout the quarantine because there's nothing else to do. So imagine the people that live in those states where it's dark outside, where it's cold outside, it's snowing, where they spend most of their time
That's the
throughout
majority of
the
the
year.
country. That's the majority of the country.
I know, and the majority of the country have drug abuse problems. All these people walking around South Florida, for a lot of all the homeless people, a lot of them are from Ohio. I can name several people from Ohio that have a drug abuse problem because of their climate, the lack of vitamin D.
So,
Not anyone.
hi, I'm from Ohio.
My question wasn't that we don't. My question wasn't that the community is not doing drugs in Miami. Miami rated lowest.
Yeah, no,
in terms of that, but there's a
you guys were saying,
but what Corey is saying is correct.
That it's incorrect that Miami's rated the lowest, but I'm saying no. A lot of people in the northern states where the weather is shitty are inside and they're abusing drugs.
If Miami rated the lowest, then they didn't take Fort Lauderdale into consideration because that would have rated the motherfucking Somebody had I'd like to hear what the question was that somebody was about to ask me.
Oh, I forgot. I think I was about to ask you, how did you get started in drugs? Like, how did you fall into doing, I think you said meth, correct?
Yeah. How did I get started? Well, I mean, I'm a club personality. And I mean, I've been a club personality since 1993.
And she's very humble.
And that's not humble, that's a fact. And so when you're in the club, the nightlife scene, as I am, you become immersed in that scene. And my life has been drugs, sex, and house music for almost 30 years until
I can see that, because I mean, personally, I'm a social drinker. I am an occasional drinker, but the thing is, I'll find every day is an occasion for me, so I will drink. And last month I went 31 days sober. That was the longest time I've been sober this entire year, because I found myself I gradually slipped into drinking every day because of the coronavirus, and just because I'm very social. I go out, I'll see Amber at Rumors, or I'll go to a friend's house. We just drink, you know what I mean? So I can see how you can how that could be a way to slip into it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to also push back on Gordon when he said that mental health isn't a big issue when it comes to drug abuse. It's a huge issue.
I never said that.
You did say it, and that's why I want to push back on it.
No, mental health is a problem. Because drug addiction is a mental health disorder.
Mental health, not in regards of schizophrenia, not in regards of bipolar, but mental health in regards of personality disorders that manifest from a traumatic experience. And that's a huge issue in the gay community, especially with men that are shunned from their families, that probably had like a really rough childhood, that were like, it's pretty hard to come out of 2 years ago.
Drug addiction is a mental health disorder, and the way out of this whole thing is
David.
Okay, boys, we must be moving on.
Yes, we got to move on. I don't want to mute anyone, so I'm just going to pop on the screen. So Amber, to summarize, your final thoughts on the drug abuse and usage in the LGBT community and the U.S. as a whole. Final thoughts.
Obviously, we only touched the surface right now, but there's so much to be talked about in our community as far as drug abuse is concerned. I mean, we do need to help the LGBT people with the meth issue. I definitely see it a lot with the men in the community. Not so much the women. I don't know what to say about that. But
I want to have that conversation.
But heroin also, all across the United States, we just aren't handling it well as a country, gay, straight, regardless. So I would like to see a change in that. I hope you guys would like to too.
You're right.
All right. Well said. So
yeah.
Woo! That was topic number 2, everyone. All right, and
wait, 2?
I'm getting warmed up.
Yes, last topic.
That's one. All right, before we do that, so we got a special treat when Power found out. She's like, oh, look at that. So we're gonna do we're gonna have a little bit of fun and see what people are talking about on social media in this lightning round game. I got it right this time. Last week it didn't go as well. This is a carryover from Happening Out, our live gay TV show. We're going to do a little twist here on Gay Town Hall, and it's called Saved by the Bell. So we have a very special group that we're going to be talking about today, and we're going to get involved with some social media conversations from Facebook groups. 5 random conversation or photo posts will be displayed on the screen, but you will all have up to 60 seconds to give any jokes, any comments, any feedback on what that post was before I ring the bell and we move on to the next one. So today's social media group we visit is our very own Power Infinity's Queen of the Night group, which has over 1,000 0.3 members. Power, real quick. You want to tell us just a little bit behind the focus of the group and why you created it?
Well, Queen of the Night is my competition. It's Central Florida's biggest competition. It's called Queen of the Night, and we've been running now for about 8 years. And it's not just a talent competition. I created a community for up-and-coming performers. And so this group is basically the hub of everything that goes on entertainment-wise in Central Florida. And it's a Queen of the Night group that represents the talent competition, Power Infinity's Queen of the Night.
All right, so let's see what the Queen of the Night group is talking about today. And let's see if I can get this to actually work.
Yeah, I say that every night as well.
That's cute. So cute. So true, probably.
Oh, Amber.
Oh, Ty.
All right, so you guys can see.
Oh, finally, David's got it up.
Look
Perfect.
at that. David got Comcast finally.
I know why. There we go. You guys got it?
Yeah, we see a picture.
All right, so let's get into our first post of the night. So this was a post by our very own Dale Wilson, also known as Power Infinity. Attention, Royal. If you haven't let me say it in here, I publicly announced recently that after almost 30 years in nightlife, I am leaving the nightlife scene. This, however, does not pertain to Queen of the Night. Queen of the Night, as Power said, is not just a talent competition that has launched the careers of so many in our community, but it is a community that serves to nurture, grow, and support artists of all kinds and genres. What are your thoughts on this post by our very own Power Infinity?
You
I
look
love
like
it.
Storm.
Looks so good.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Storm, scary, cheekbone, lips, giving me everything
Hair.
I need. Yeah. It's more of the visual, yes, but the verbiage is very endearing too.
Thank you.
Any thoughts on your announcement, Power? I mean, was it liberating? Just another post? What was it like?
I mean, I don't believe
the
ever
post
that
wasn't
Power will
actually-
retire. Like, I don't think that's actually true.
Yeah, are you really retiring? Is that really true?
Like,
He's pulling a chair. He's pulling a chair.
Yes.
Right?
I just want a different path in life. I just want to do something different. But the point of the post wasn't actually to announce that I was leaving. It was to announce that I will be throwing Queen of the Night next year when it's safe to go back from COVID. That was the point of the post.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Apparently, Dustin wants you to know that you're missing your shirt, Power, in case you didn't know.
Y'all cannot y'all cannot pay any attention to Dustin. He's a troll. He's my friend. I love him, but he's a troll. So I'll just pay him dust. Take his comment down.
Yeah,
girl.
but he knows what looks good.
All right, and we're moving on. So this was a meme posted by Joey Bone Richard. So Power is LL, me and you on the phone. Stop being a hoe. Me, and that's Power's move. Thoughts on this?
That was a GIF. Actually, it wasn't just a static picture. It was a video of that girl that kept saying, "I can't. I just can't." So it says, "Stop being a hoe," and it says, "Me. I can't. I just can't." That was what that was.
That's all of us.
Is that woman on YouTube who has that? She has like a series of like things ghetto people say at weddings.
Yeah.
She's hysterical. I love her.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
Having been
right,
to those
and
weddings.
moving on to our next one. All right, another fabulous photo. So this is from Michelle Bone Woods, showing a little bit of social media love. So Power just brought back her Infinity. That just happened this past Monday with an artist known as Cam Art. Thoughts on this post, Power? Anybody else who wants to share their thoughts?
Well, if she's leaving nightlife, is it really the Infinity?
I love it. Living nightlife during the day.
know,
So
Power.
much.
Wow, that was shade, Ross. That was
Well,
shade.
no. Infinity is my house name. I'm not leaving the house of Infinity. Infinity is my house name. Yeah. Cam, I did the interview with Cam on my show, Infinity, and Cam is actually one of the artists that drew the Black Lives Matter mural up here in Tampa. He's an amazing artist, and he has done work for Lizzo, for Lady Gaga, for Janet Jackson, for Britney Spears. and he's just a great guy.
Cool.
And apparently people thought it was like the Oprah show or the opera show, according to the How was the interview for you overall? If you could sum it up in
Super
words.
hot.
Pardon me?
If you could sum that interview up in a couple of words, how would you sum it up?
It was eye-opening and informative because I've known him, but him and I weren't really close. So there was a lot of things I learned along with the audience about his personal life and his journey.
All right, thank you. All right, our next pose. So this was also a video. All right, by Angelique Young Cavalier. Okay, this has been on my mind and I want to chat. Let's have an honest talk about drag and what it takes to be a drag queen.
Oh, yes.
So what do you guys think it takes to be a drag queen? And maybe we'll hear from
Well,
next
talent, first of all.
Stomach of steel. Nerve for days.
Nerve.
Wit and also grace. You're never gonna get booked again if you walk in there and you're the new girl and you're a diva and you're rude to everybody in the bar. You're never gonna get booked again.
Oh, you can do it if you do it right.
Funny grace. Funny grace.
Take some foundation and a lot of duct tape.
A lot of duct tape.
Owning the room.
Well, Corey, you're exactly right.
How are you? Did they sum it up, or there's a lot more to it than that?
Well, that video was launched because this week in Tampa there was a huge. The Tampa girls got into a big fight because one drag queen made a post saying that she spends $3,000 on drag, and if you don't have the money to spend on drag, then you shouldn't be doing drag. And that resulted in a big backlash, and people were reading her friends were reading them, and it was a big thing. So Angelique made this live to talk about what it takes to be a drag queen, that you don't really need all that money, you just need creativity and talent. So that was what that was about.
Nice.
All right, and our final one. Of course, it wouldn't be proper if we didn't have something from Uncle Al. So, look who you got Streep and more doing the gayest musical ever reported at Queer News Tonight. There you go, plugging in. With songs like Save a Lesbian and Indiana Sucks and lines like This is not America, this is Indiana. This is talking about Prom, the official teaser on Netflix, and apparently was inspired out of a straight playbook from Mike Pence. What are your thoughts? Do we care, or does nobody care?
I love using the evils of Mike Pence for gay stuff, so I'm down with it. I'm going to watch it for sure.
It was cute.
All I have
Meryl
to
Streep
say
was
is
great.
Thank you, mother.
What's her name in the green? I always forget her name. She was not a singer.
I have a question for Rasta.
Like one right there.
Yes.
So James, whatever his name is getting a lot of backlash for his portrayal of a gay man. What did you think of his portrayal of a gay man in this show?
I thought it was fine. Honestly, I'm all about being an individual. So to say that a straight man can't portray a gay man is ridiculous because that's double standards.
Yeah.
Because I play old ladies all the time, or I want to be able to play almost within being appropriate. I will never be Effie White.
All right, so
Baby just dinged us.
Ding ding. All right, so that is the conversation tonight with Power Infinity's Queen of the Night. Let's give it a round of applause, everybody. It's Andrew's episode, but we're showing some love.
We love Power, and we do appreciate Power. There was a comment earlier that was loving on Power a little bit. You should show it again. We do love you and appreciate you, Power. So,
oh, thank you.
I don't mind if that was time in the
I think it was
on my show.
And unfortunately, young Robert is having you tied with Power now. So.
Yeah,
You see how
Take
that
power.
works.
Take
Well, you
power.
have to continue with the competition and be the best in order to get the most fans.
I think you're evolving. Actually, you're evolving, which age and experiences will help you do. And I think it's awesome what you're doing.
Well, you definitely have age.
I do.
Oh my God.
And it's good.
All right.
It's good. I own
So now we're going to give some undivided attention for a one-on-one discussion. We're going to have a little bit of fun with this as well. So who likes the big D here? I know Amber loves the big D, but who else loves the big D here?
No one. Not one.
All right,
One
you're not
of
a
them.
fan?
They're all liars. They're sitting on one right now.
A small D? All right. Well, think of this as our gay Mortal Kombat battle of size. There you go. Only the tip. Only the tip.
Just
And
stick the
flip
head
it.
in.
Flip it
Only
on
the tip, slip it in.
Oh,
All right, so this is going to be our gay Mortal Kombat battle of size versus matter, facts versus fake news, lead host versus host. This is our one-on-one discussion or debate segment that we like to call the Big D. All right, so we are going to have 5 uninterrupted minutes between our lead hosts to discuss and or debate a specific topic with another gay town host. The lead host will start off, followed by the host, and they will continue to deliberate back and forth on the topic, over the topic until the time is up. Afterwards, the remaining hosts will come back into the room for a few minutes and deliberate their final thoughts on what the Big D host talked about. This week's Big D is feminine lesbian Amber Taylor versus hybrid DJ Power Infinity. Ooh. Ah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clear out the room. Our topic of discussion today is divas versus divas.
Divas versus divas. Yes,
all
let's
right.
go.
Divas versus divas. So you can only choose one between A or B, and we're going to see which one you choose as a favorite artist and why. So let me go ahead and take everybody else out of the room. I'm going to show on the screen here your little slides. All right.
Bye, Mr.
A lot of
Corey.
buttons to click. All right, let me go ahead and share our screen here. And let's get this going. Divas versus divas. Remember, you got 5 minutes. There's 7 different diva combinations.
Yes. Bring it on. We don't need 5 minutes for this. I need 2 seconds.
Oh.
All right.
Shit.
Ready and go.
Share.
Share.
It's got to be share. Yes.
I
Oh,
said
thank God.
share.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I can love you still.
That's it. No discussion?
No shade to
no.
Madonna, but no shade to Madonna, but Cher,
No.
you know,
But
she's
Cher is the queen.
she's been around, honey. She deserves that icon. Oh,
Donna Summer. It's
yeah,
got to be Donna Summer for me, but I love you, Tina. I'm sorry.
if it was anybody else up against Tina Turner, I would have picked Tina Turner, but Donna Summer she got
What's
it.
love got to do with it, though? I mean, it's Donna Summer all day.
Yeah, she works hard for the money, even though
I feel love.
Rossaroni said Tina Turner, honey, no. You have to give it to Donna.
I miss our boys for this segment. They want to.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, next. Oh, the Beatles.
I don't even know the Grateful Dead, really.
The Grateful Dead, it's like a lot of hippies that like hang out and smoke weed, but like
Is that like the Jerry Garcia was in that one?
Yeah, it's like the Steely Dan people. I feel like they are like a cult of their own, but the Beatles are kind of for everybody. So
yeah, so I think the Beatles were more iconic. So
right.
I would say the Beatles.
Universally recognizable. Okay, we're syncing up so well. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yikes.
Christina's the better singer. Britney is not a better singer, but she's going crazy on her Instagram right now, and I can't stop watching.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say Britney.
Yeah, I would say Britney for being like iconic, and Christina, though, you got the vocals, girl. I'm sorry, Britney Spears, you don't sing properly, but you got it, girl.
Ooh, shit.
Oh my, ooh la la, gaga, oh la la. Does Beyonce care about gay people, or is she just like every gay boy's dream diva?
She does, and she came out in support of trans, and yeah.
Yeah, Gaga too. Gaga has been definitely a.
Oh my God, I can't pick between.
I know. I can't believe this would be the one that trips us up, and we get Tina and Donna just like that. But
I can't pick between these two because I was just talking about how Lady Gaga has done so much for our community. She did so much for the vote. She went and she campaigned with Joe Biden. She has really turned out for our community.
She praised a lot.
But Beyonce is just so iconic, especially for our community as well, and especially for Black. I just can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bad Romance and Gaga, but you know, it's no shade to Beyonce because she's beautiful and amazing.
Okay, well, I have to give those two a tie. Aerosmith versus Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin for sure for me.
I don't really. I'm more of an Aerosmith fan, so I'm gonna go with Aerosmith.
Okay, we don't sync up there. Next.
What did Ross Roney say? Gaga versus Beyonce equals Tina Turner.
He's talking shit.
Oh, hell no. Oh,
Aretha is my queen of life forever.
These are Aretha. It has to be Aretha.
You said you've been listening to gospel lately, and she's the queen of soul.
For me, I don't care whose voice you put her up against. Aretha Franklin for me is the pinnacle when it comes to soul, when it comes to her voice. Nobody touch her for me.
Every time I think I can sing good, and every time I get cocky, I try to sing one of Aretha Franklin's songs, and then I get right back down to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, it's Aretha.
She is everything. She's everything.
Is that it?
That's it? Oh man, that was too easy.
Oh, wait,
How are y'all gonna do my girl Whitney like that? Come on.
No, compared to Aretha
Even
Franklin,
Whitney looked.
have you listened? Exactly.
Excuse me, no one did the national anthem better than Whitney Houston.
Except for
Every
Aretha.
time. Exactly. Have you heard Aretha do it?
I don't agree.
No, he
Except
doesn't
for
know.
Aretha. She turned
Whitney
it
has
up
nothing on
and
Aretha.
out.
I'm sorry,
No.
and I love Whitney too.
All right, so it seemed like Beyonce versus Gaga was the big thing. So real quick, so we can move out of segment. Madonna versus Cher, everybody.
Cher.
Although
I love Madonna too.
Madonna.
Madonna. I'm going with Madonna.
Tina Turner
I'm
versus
not
Donna
here to
Summer.
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Tina.
This is
I
the
don't know. Donna
hardest
Summer
one.
doesn't have a lot of
Like
songs,
that.
though. Donna Summer.
Come on.
This is the hardest
Come on,
one.
private dancer. Not
Donna
me.
Summer.
Grateful Dead versus the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Yeah, Beatles, but
Gotta
they're
be.
different things.
That's
Not
Emily
comparable.
Wilson is
Not even
that, so
comparable.
I'm just going
You got
with
the
Beatles.
Americans versus the British.
It's not even comparable.
All right,
Well,
another tough
always the
one.
British.
Britney.
Britney for me.
Gwen Stefani.
Brittany.
All the gay boys always say Britney, but
What's the
Christina
body?
Aguilera sings better. She sounds
Christina has
better.
the
But you
talent.
gotta
Whitney-
recognize.
No, she does not.
Wait, have you heard
Whitney
Christina
doesn't
Aguilera
sing
sing the
that
national
good.
anthem? It's
Yeah, no,
hysterical.
Christina is a hack.
It's better than Britney.
Whitney isn't a singer. She's a pop artist.
Yeah. Brittany's not really a singer.
She's
not
a
Not
pop
at all.
artist. She's a dancer.
Personality now.
Brittany
Yeah,
puts
she's
on a
a
good
pop
show.
artist.
She puts on an amazing show.
She's the inspiration
All
for a
right, here's
generation
the
of
tough one,
drag.
everybody. The
Not
tough
singing, she's
one.
dancing. That's it.
Gaga.
Gaga.
Me.
Gaga. Yes.
Obviously.
Tina Turner. No.
That's racist.
I'm here for the Gaga game.
I appreciate both of them, but Gaga.
Gaga is talented on so many levels compared to Beyonce in what she's classical musically trained. I mean, she's amazing.
She has.
I will say Gaga's a much better actor than Beyonce.
Yeah, Gaga's an awesome artist.
I
couldn't.
Beyonce's an artist too, but Gaga's just an artist. I can appreciate her work a lot more better. I think she's a better singer than Beyonce. I don't think
Beyonce is
that well.
richer.
No,
He's richer
no.
though,
That
no?
well. I think she's trained, but she can't sing.
Oh, Marky Mark
I
just
think
made the right
Beyonce is a
comment.
way better singer than Lady Gaga, and that's saying a lot because I think Lady Gaga is an incredible singer, but Beyonce,
Is
the way
Beyonce is a top
Way harder to
She knows
sing
how to use her
Beyonce
voice
than
in
Gaga.
her range. But
I
Lady
mean,
Gaga
but if
is
you want to talk about in terms of who's done the most for the gays, it's definitely Lady Gaga.
yeah,
Justin said it. Beyonce wouldn't be Jack without Jay-Z.
no,
yeah, Sean, please. Beyonce was Jack before Jay-Z.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that at all.
I
Yeah, she
reject
was
that.
great.
All right,
Yeah.
Aerosmith versus Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
American versus British again.
I said Aerosmith. I said what I
You gotta respect Steven Tyler and his androgyny.
No, it's Zeppelin.
I don't think he's trying to look
Led
like a woman.
Zeppelin changed rock music.
No, he's just
Period.
closer, cheaper, and comfortable. There's more variety.
Amber's a little impartial to Led Zeppelin, I feel.
Oh, definitely, obviously.
Dude looks
And
like
our final one.
They all look like they do.
Aretha.
Oh,
Whitney.
No,
Hear them though.
Queen of my life.
Did you guys think I was going to make it easy? And actually,
David, actually, if you really wanted to make it hard, I was afraid that you were going to put up Michael Jackson versus Prince.
Oh yeah.
That would have we could go all night with
Wait.
this, honestly.
So Power. Prince versus Michael Jackson. Choose one.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Same.
Amber, Michael Jackson or Prince?
Oh, definitely. It's Michael Jackson for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Prince was great, though. He was revolutionary.
Yeah, no shade to
You
Prince.
can't take that away from him.
Woo! All right.
That was exhausting.
That wasn't too bad. So it was a different way of doing the Big D tonight, but we had a little bit of fun with the music. So round of applause for our Big D.
Yes, that was fun. That was
All
fun.
right, we're in finally the home stretch. Last topic of the night.
Oh, Trev, I thought we were wrapping it up, man.
So
I know, right?
listen.
Trying to wrap up this Big D and put it under the Christmas tree tonight.
I double wrap. I double wrap it this time.
I have my little clock here. There's a picture of Power next to it with an hourglass. I got this bell.
All right, come on.
Like,
Next.
All right, so topic number 3. We're gonna do this a little bit differently this year. This week, everyone is gonna we're gonna do this round table style. Everyone is gonna get 1 minute to give whatever they want to say about the topic, and we're gonna go around round table style. So it's gonna be exactly 10 minutes. All right, we're gonna test
that seems a long time.
or shorter. But either way, 30 seconds to a minute each of you have. Category
Gordon, 1 minute.
personal story or experience. Rock and roll. It's been a long time since I rock and rolled, which I'm sure she might know what song that might be. All right, so tell us about this topic, Amber.
I don't understand what the topic is.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Am I stupid bitch for that? I don't know.
Well, that's our show, everybody. Have a great night.
All right, so I'll read the little backstory behind it. So not only is Amber a mom and a realtor, she's also in a Led Zeppelin cover band where they just did their first gig a couple of Saturdays ago. Music is truly a universal language, and she wants to promote it. So she wants to ask our hosts, as well as I do, and our audience members watching, what types of music and artists have inspired you throughout 2020? Which songs made you happy? Perhaps they made you cry. How important is music to the LGBTQ community? And does it truly make the people come together? All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to choose on Power first. So everyone's going to get 1 minute and then we're going to move on to the next person. So Power, talk to us about music. How important is it to you and to the LGBTQ community?
Well, I mean, music is very important to me. I mean, music has saved my life, literally. And as a DJ, it's put bread on my table. But I think that even before I even got into DJing, when I was a little draglet, when I was a little child, I used to come home from church and put on the radio or put on my tape decks and listen to music and perform in front of the mirror. And so music has definitely gotten me through some of the hardest times in my life. I love, as a DJ, one thing I love is I love to see people dance. And it doesn't matter if you suck at dancing. It doesn't matter if you have 2 left feet. If I can make you dance and you can just lose yourself in music, then I feel like the world is right. I mean, music is definitely a message, and it's a message of love. So it's very important.
All right, Ty, talk to us about music. How important is it to you and to the LGBTQ community?
What do you listen to, Ty?
And what are you listening to?
Well, I'm listening to you all say bullshit sentences. However,
Professor, Doctor.
More vodka.
I don't drink vodka. I drink gin. No, I love the music of today, of yesterday, of I'm talking to this guy, and I keep bringing up no, David, I'm done. Thank you. Good night.
Next.
All right. Houston, talk to us about music.
What was that, Ty? What was that?
Wait. We're concerned, Ty.
What was that?
All right.
Hi,
Ethan, talk to us about music.
good evening, friends. Good evening, family. When it comes to music and gay life, I think the first kind of music that I really like is the beat of the earth. So listening to the nature sounds, but definitely give me some Madonna, give me some Marilyn Manson, give me some Absolutely Flawless. So I think like it's something that helps us get a sense of identity, a sense of joy, and a sense of community. I'm here for it.
Very good. Well, that's a
right.
schizophrenic sense of identity there. What do you have? Marilyn Manson, and what else was that? My God.
All right.
Don't, Amber.
Oh, and Richard wants a redo on Ty, but moving forward, Gordon, talk to us about
Okay.
music.
I'll reboot.
We want to
Houston,
hear
I love
about
that
it.
I love that Houston mentioned Marilyn Manson because I was listening to him earlier. I love Marilyn Manson. But if we're going to talk about music as far as 2020, there were several iconic things that happened in music this year. Lady Gaga dropped a new album, which was excellent. Kim Petras has dropped a few singles, which were also excellent. Doja Cat has dropped some albums that were amazing. I've been listening to all of those because, again, it's like, yay, I'm gay, and I love this because it makes me feel like, yeah,
You're way
being
too
gay is
optimistic.
great. But right now, I'm listening to mostly holiday-related music because it's that time. And there's one song in particular that I really love to listen to around this time. It's by an artist called Dar Williams, and it's called The Christians and the Pagans. And it really hits home for me because it's about a pagan who is having Christmas dinner with her Christian family and how we can all be together and we don't have to hate each other. We can love each other.
Wait, you mean
and
it's
love
not sung by Mariah Carey?
Yeah, I totally thought you were going to say the Mariah Carey song, but that's cool. We'll check into it.
Wow, not shady.
No, we
at
will.
all.
No, we will.
Gordon
No,
is like, no
no,
Mariah
no,
Carey.
no.
All right, John,
Yeah,
talk to us
right
about
here,
music.
Okay, music's a big part of my life. I love music. I feel very lucky to have grown up in the 70s. I'm a rock and roller, but I love jazz. I love folk music, all the music of even the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Love it all. I sort of lost it in the 2000s, except for club music. So, but yeah, I love the music of the 70s for sure. And I think it's been a major part of being gay. And I mean, that's where I used to go to meet people, is the clubs. And so music was everything.
All right. Corey, does the music make the people come together?
I mean, I definitely think music does make the people come together. Like this year, I actually started, you listen to all these songs, but you don't necessarily learn the words. So I've actually made it a point to like read the lyrics of every song that I'm listening to and actually diving into the true meaning of the songs. Like this year, I told you I was going through like kind of like a separation from my ex. So I've been listening to a lot of songs that was helping me go through my emotions. So I started out with like Stranger in My House. I love the Puss remix of Stranger in My House.
Song. The first song I ever heard in
a and then all of a sudden I go to I Say a Little Prayer for You, both the Aretha Franklin version. And then I went, and as I'm going through the process of like, grieving the loss of like that relationship, I got into like I was saying, Stevie Nicks and what are they called? Fleetwood Mac. A lot of her songs like Dreams.
Oh.
And then I went into Rhiannon, and then now I'm at Landslide because at the end of it, I took my love and I took it down, climbed the mountain, and I turned around.
You can buy Corey's album and audiobook. Come and sing.
Oh yeah, I also love karaoke too. So I've been singing a lot of new songs at karaoke. Not the best singer. I do like to perform. So
he is good at it. No,
he's
good at it.
Tuesdays at Hunters. You want to go?
All right, Rossaroni, you're up.
Oh, hi. So aside from Jesus, music is the biggest part of my life. I grew up listening to a lot of oldies, and that definitely got me into Tina Turner. Was my favorite. She still is my favorite, absolute favorite growing up, because she's completely unhinged and she doesn't waste a beat. And that's kind of how I feel when I'm out. If I feel the music, it kind of actually two of you kind of the same kind of answer. Where one of them is there's a lot of music in nature. So I'm constantly singing, even if I don't realize it. I'm always singing, and getting lost in the music. So when I feel music when I'm singing, so I kind of feel a part of it, and I feel music when I'm dancing, almost like you get completely lost into it. Like,
If you can meet
to it almost.
If you could meet one singer or band, who would it be and why?
Oh, Tina Turner. She's about to die. She's like 80 something.
Oh my God. Don't say that. You want to replace her now, you queen?
No, she's sick.
Tina or Tina?
No! All right, our guest host, Richard, tell us about music and what's it mean to you?
So I think music is related to every different part of your life, whether you're in love or you're breaking up or being on the dance floor and getting totally lost or listening to nature or so mine's by the moods I'm in and where I'm at in my life, and different periods of music represent different parts of my life in terms of decades and experience that I've had. And I think in the gay community, music is huge. But I always fall back to music as a way of putting markers in my life, whether it's love or college,
or just two really hot guys behind you.
Or those two hot guys behind me, yeah.
So if you could serenade each one of them with a song, Richard, which song would you sing for them and why?
Both of them, Hips Don't Lie.
Are you in the middle between those two hits?
I'm having a three-way right now.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. So apparently there's a popular
looks on their faces.
What kind of show is this anyway?
Apparently, by popular
There
demand,
you go.
people are complaining and demanding a reboot. Ty.
Yes, Ty. So get your shit together.
They're not buying the cop out. So
Get your shit together, Ty.
Call me Dr. Hauser.
Amber, you have no idea.
Dr. Ty Hauser, PhD, tell us how important music is to you and why.
Well, I mean, I sing my own skin flute every night.
For those who may not have one or know what a skin flute is, would you care to elaborate for our young
Well,
audience?
you already have the video, don't you?
You can't find it.
Have it surgically moved to your shoulders. So you can
Girl,
reach it?
stop trying to pull shit out of this man. He don't want to talk. He done said what he had to say. Let's move on and end the show, girl.
All right, so Amber, your final thoughts on music. How important is it to you? You're in a band, and how is that for you?
Yes, I actually, it's funny. I've tried to deny myself of my band and my music for all my life, and then the more I submitted to it, the happier I became in my life, and the more everything else seemed to click together. My career, my family life, my spiritual just happiness overall. So I believe in music. Of course I do. It is the universal language. It means love, and it is my favorite thing. What do I listen to? Mostly all Black divas. It's the only way that I could possibly portray Robert Plant is to channel Aretha Franklin, Donna Summer, Tina Turner, Cher,
Honest girl.
somehow,
Honest.
and that's what works for me. Channeling just him is not quite enough. I like the blues. I like the blues from the 20s. I like some old stuff like Speckled Red. You guys might not have ever heard of that, but it's like 100-year-old piano duo that used to hang out in the Mississippi Delta around New Orleans. So those are some things that, I'm into. But music is life. Whatever music you listen to, love it, because that artist needs your support. Buy their music, buy it.
Buy their music.
And support music education.
Support music.
Yes, Gordon, yes.
And support Amber by buying a ticket to her future Big D blonde.
Right, Amber?
And can we give Amber a round of applause for being the lead singer in a band? I mean, I don't know if anyone knew that, but that is a big deal. Big thing.
Oh, and the lead host for tonight.
And
hey,
that
happened. Yes.
Who do you guys think won the poll to end this night? Who do you guys think won?
Right.
Probably Madonna.
Cher.
Cher, obviously. Madonna doesn't.
I'm not talking about what I want to see. I'm just saying by popular demand, it was probably Madonna.
It was John Holt.
All right, so
That's not gonna
before
get
I
over
show
me.
Actually,
before
I
show
vote
the
John
results
Holt.
on the
Grace
screen,
Jones wasn't on the list, so
Who is
So,
it?
Never-
who is
That
the most
never
famous
stopped me
icon in
before.
music? Is it Madonna, Elton John? Britney Spears was embraced by the gay community from the moment she emerged as a pop star, but the toxic singer didn't get noticed until her second tour. She told Advocate magazine, I began to realize there was a lot of gay people coming to my shows, and they were having so much fun, laughing, and really enjoying themselves. Britney Spears is straight and has been married twice, although she famously shared a kiss with Madonna back in 2003. Other divas who are gay music icons include Lady Gaga, Barbara Streisand, David Bowie, who was embraced by the gay community when he revealed his androgynous alter ego Ziggy Stardust side. Bowie told Playboy magazine in 1976 that he was bisexual. Elton John is arguably the most gay popular musician in the world, first coming out as bisexual and then later announcing he was totally gay. So the winner of our
Totally
Gay Town poll
Is
is, let's see if anybody gets upset.
Share.
Ga.
Madonna.
I told
Wow.
y'all.
Of course,
I
it's
told y'all.
Madonna.
I told
Yeah,
y'all.
you were right. You were right, Boo. You
Yeah.
got it. Look at Gaga all the way at the bottom
I
of the
mean,
barrel.
there's no accounting for taste.
Marilyn
is
Monroe
there?
had no place in this, and
it's
David
because everyone
Bowie
who
deserves
voted
to
is
You know,
get
you're
popped.
right about Marilyn Monroe. You're absolutely right.
Lady
David Bowie
Gaga
deserves
was
to get
not all the
popped.
way at the bottom, honey. That's another girl.
John's pretty accurate though. I like his
So,
music a lot.
what do you
at
think
least
that
the winner
America?
is one of the actual gay people.
So the locals chose
Iris.
Madonna by a very slim margin, followed by Elton John and Freddie Mercury as our top three. Who do you think
Mm.
America in the actual poll voted as the number one icon?
Cher. I still say Cher.
Out of
you
the
might be
viewership
right.
of this
Love
You're
show,
probably
Cher.
right.
I'm
You're probably
obsessed
right.
with her. I don't know.
All right, well
Cher.
let's see what America.
I'm with Ross on
Rob
Cher.
said that
Sure.
I was the only one to vote for Ruth.
Wait, Young Rob says I was the only one to vote for RuPaul.
Yeah, Al's the only one.
All right, so
Well deserved.
Yeah.
David Bowie, really?
Rest in peace.
Look at the makeup, look at the outfits, look at the androgyny.
It
Absolutely.
was
the
the
day.
But
70s.
also, he was out here back in the day. Being
in the
out.
day.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Oh.
saying,
Yeah.
Glenn.
that was
Groundbreaking.
number
That bold this
7.
is. Oh my
This
goodness.
is not bold for
Number
him.
6, Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I don't get this one.
But why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
How is she a gay icon?
How is she a gay icon? She
Oh no,
got the
I
gay
don't
place that is
deny
makeup.
her the
Happy
gay
birthday, Mr.
icon.
President.
I just
I mean, drag queens impersonate her all the time, and she is a gay icon.
That's got to be
Number
it.
5,
Yeah.
all right.
George
So where's
Michael.
Bette Midler in this?
Oh, he's hot.
Oh, he definitely is. I wanted to vote for him.
Well, there's a
Wants
top
to be your
50,
top
right? These are
figure.
the top. I would have been proud.
Oh, here she comes.
Please, let's not call RuPaul a musician. Come
I got
on.
nothing here. This is
No.
not even.
You can call RuPaul a billionaire. That's fine.
All right.
That is yes.
She sold y'all out. Okay.
Number
Elton
3.
John.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Deserves it.
It's
He deserves
actually-
it.
Bet you-
Brilliant.
bet
He's
you the
not
top two-
bisexual,
I
though.
bet you
This
the
changed
top
from
2
last
are
night.
Cher.
Elton John was
Cher.
actually number 1 last night, so this actually went down a notch. So
The
The
let's-
fact that he's still alive is amazing. The fact that he's still alive is
Number
amazing.
2.
Oh, and I
Very
definitely
good.
have gone
Yes, we
down
love
since
you.
last night.
And I love Freddie.
Timeless.
Madonna.
And number 1, let's see, because it changed from last night.
Yeah!
Wow.
Boy George.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. It could
He
pass
did.
as Madonna, but it's Boy George.
Did America get it right?
Sure. I don't know.
I don't
love
think
her.
so.
This,
I don't
this,
think
this
so.
must,
Boy
this,
George
this must
is
be
just
straight
right,
America.
though, for
And
that.
Boy George is
This
like
must be straight America that took that poll.
You know, when Culture Club first came out, a
don't know.
lot of studios wouldn't play Culture Club back when that first came out. They were just like, "What do we do with this?"
That's
Yeah.
right.
Videos, like, what is this all about?
Because to acknowledge it makes it real.
Yeah.
And we are acknowledged and we are real. And we're
And back,
way
and back then we were
now.
so, and back then we were so stupid when Come Chameleon came on. We thought that he was just eccentric. We didn't even realize he was gay.
Yep.
At least I didn't.
So
I
young
agree.
Robert says Al is the only one in America that voted for RuPaul.
No, we don't
We
went over
you
that,
all
girl.
know him as
All right,
Young
let's
Robert.
wrap it
All right, all
Like,
right.
I
So
love
on
All right,
that
guys,
note,
good night.
because you know Power, she's about to jump out of her seat and say, "Okay, children, it's time to wrap this shit
Way
up."
past your bedtime.
Oh, way past our bedtime, and there's a drink waiting at the bar for Amber and for Ty. So I would like to thank again everyone who's been here for Gay Town Hall and everybody to wish America a good night. So let's go around the room. Ty,
Thank you, boys and girls. See you soon.
all right, Power Infinity.
My husband's waiting for me. I got some dick to suck. So good night, y'all.
Yes, Queen.
All right, Houston.
Turtle Island, I love you.
All right, Gordon.
No matter what you celebrate this season, I just hope everybody has a happy holiday and we can use this as an excuse to try and come together.
I will always come with you, Gordon.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
What's your skills? Now that's what I call a skill set.
Good night, y'all. Slip it in slow to her.
I think John's going to be battling out in the tour world with Amber. All right. And to our new, and let's see, where is he asleep? Is he awake? Let's find out. Rossaroni.
Ross.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
Hi,
Yes.
The real
Can you hold
Mr.
Can you hold a pencil in that?
I can't hold my dreams in that.
All right, let's give a round of applause for our new host tonight, Alcohol.
Yay!
Let's give it a drink, guys.
That was who was really talking.
We love
All right,
you.
thank you, Corey, for joining us. And let's give a huge round of applause for our special guest host tonight, Mr. Sandman Richard.
I loved it. Thank you.
All right, and another huge round of applause for the beautiful feminine lesbian with that big D energy. Round of applause for our lead host, Amber Taylor.
Thank you so much, guys.
I'm sorry. Who?
It was a pleasure.
Who? I'm sorry.
All right. I am your moderator here, David Quiñones. Thank you for joining us here on Gay Town Hall. Ty will be sitting at the corner of the bar with a cocktail on himself. With that said, I love all of you guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you guys in 2001.
And happy solstice.
2021. 2021.
Night.
Love you, Turtle Island.